What's your style?
My style? You can call it the art of fighting without fighting.
The art of fighting without fighting? Show me some of it.
Later.
Hey, welcome to another chin wag on what, at least here in Wisconsin, is a very fall, chilly, rainy day, and I love it. I'm so ready for fall. Hey, last week I talked to you about how I'm going to go into a 3-part series on how Jesus taught us to fight back. Now, I'm not going to go into the extreme like MMA, martial arts, mixed martial arts, or extreme fighting, tap out kind of stuff, but Jesus used his brain to fight back. And so I think this is a pretty good place for us to start, because how many times have you heard somebody say, oh, as Christians, we are just to turn the other cheek? And you're thinking to yourself, is that really what this is meant to be? Is that really how we're supposed to live our lives as a Christian, is to simply turn the other cheek? You see, they're quoting the verse in Matthew 5:39-42 that says, do not resist an evil person. If anyone slaps you on the right cheek, turn to them the other cheek also. And if anybody wants to take your shirt, hand over your coat as well. If anyone forces you to go 1 mile, go with them 2 miles. Give to the one who asks you, and do not turn away from the one who wants to borrow from you. Do not resist. Why? Because if you resist a bully, chances are if you're on their terms, they're going to walk all over you. But he does not say let them take advantage of you. Now, this is interesting because what he's talking about here in this verse has everything to do with Jewish culture, a Jewish understanding. And when we have a Jewish understanding of what Jesus is talking about, all of a sudden we're thinking, hey, wait a minute, I can stand up for yourself. I can stand up for myself. So over the next 3 days, let's talk about it. Today, turn the other cheek. Didn't you love that opening clip? I call it the art of fighting without fighting. Love Bruce Lee. Now, what did Jesus mean by turning the other cheek? Giving your cloak as well, and going the second mile. Let's talk about the first one today. Matthew 5:39, it's on the screen again. If anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other cheek. It's significant that Jesus specified the right cheek, because in Jewish culture, you would never strike someone that was on the same level as you. You'd only strike someone that's inferior to you. And so when you would strike someone that's inferior to you, you use the right hand. And if I'm going to strike somebody on the right cheek, I would raise my right hand and on their cheek with the back of my hand. To strike somebody with your left hand is a no-no. Okay, it's considered unclean. The Dead Sea Scrolls even has referred to the fact that there would be a 10 days penance if you used your left hand. It would be an unclean act. You can't do this in Jewish culture. And so what Jesus is saying is, you know what? If they're gonna strike you on the right cheek, turn your other cheek as well. Well, how are you going to strike someone on the left cheek now? Well, it's not going to be by using your left hand, because that's unclean and no one wants to do 10 days penance. And in the realm of arguing, usually when you look back on things, it was over petty things. So this means you're going to now punch the person in the left, because you can't come at it this way and backhand. That'd just be awkward. But you use your right hand. This wouldn't happen, because now what you're saying is, I am depowering you because I am now making you my equal, and you would never do this to an equal. And so Jesus is now disarming the person. Let me read this quote to you. Therefore, Jesus is teaching his followers what to do when they are backhanded by a so-called superior. You can't resist. You can't hit back. Again, you're going to lose if you're going to hit back. Proverbs and Psalms. Proverbs has a lot to say. Why enter into anything with a quarrelsome person? You're going to look like just an idiot just like them. So it's not exactly the best thing. What Jesus cleverly taught, though, was the very fact that was to turn the left cheek to the striker as well. How would he strike you? With the right hand. This would now make you an equal. By turning the cheek, the victim is basically saying that I deny you the power to humiliate me. I am a human being. You cannot take my self-respect away. And so it's saying, you know what? If you're going to turn the other cheek to somebody, it's saying you're not going to get hit, because you know what? We're on the same level. You're not going to hurt somebody on the same level. And so if they were to do this, they would look awful. They would look humiliated to do that. And so Jesus is saying, you know what? Turn the other cheek. Make the other person look bad. If someone strikes you on the right cheek, okay, that's already bad. But turn the other cheek and see if they're going to hit you again. If they do, you're going to make them out to look like the fool. Again, brains. It's the art of fighting without fighting. Now, what about the other two portions of Scripture there? Let's talk about them in days to come. Hey, stand up for yourself. Don't enter into quarrels. Don't fight back on their terms. Think like Jesus thinks, and you're going to find that you're going to overcome a lot of battles in life. If you'd like to send questions, comments, you may do so by emailing me, vtwinrev@thatsnotmygod.com, or post them right here on YouTube. We'll talk to you later.